This year, we have a total of 58 employees retiring from our school system. Collectively, they have 1,272 years of service. That's a lot of years. Incredibly, we have 14 employees who are retiring with 30 or more years of service. Tonight, as we honor 39 of the 58 employees who are retiring, I want to recognize those who are unable to attend this dinner this evening. I'd like for us to show our appreciation to them by announcing their names before we get started tonight. Barbara Brown, Clements Middle, 18 years of service. Linda Brown, Mixon Elementary, 11 years of service. Glenda Carter, Rocky Plains Elementary, 11 years of service. Nandi Chapel, South Salem Elementary, 26 years of service. Francis Cronin, Transportation, 23 years of service. Carol Akins, or is it Akins? Akins. Clements Middle, 17 years of service. Beverly Ellis, Newton County Theme School at Fickwit, 24 years of service. Bonnie Johnson, Porterdale Elementary, 21 years of service. Betty E. Johnson, Transportation, 11 years of service. Yeled Keck, Porterdale Elementary, 14 years of service. Mary Larimer, Fairview Elementary, 27 years of service. Sharon LeDuc, West Newton Elementary, 20 years of service. Joseph Mobley, Alcovey High School, 30 years of service. Thomas and Morrison, South Salem Elementary, 25 years of service. Mary Elaine Nix, Newton High School, 13 years of service. Patsy Peters, Alcovey High School, 14 years of service. David Powell, West Newton Elementary, 19 years of service. Wilda Sarinko, Wilda or Wilda? Wilda Sarinko, Cousins Middle School, 22 years of service. And last but not least, Catherine Ward, Cousins Middle, 23 years of service. Let's give them a round of applause. Now we're going to recognize our 39 retirees by school or department. As your principal or supervisor comes to the front with you, please come to my right, by way of our board members to my right, who would like to shake your hands and offer congratulations to you. Then proceed to my left over here until your principal or supervisor completes his or her remarks. At the end of this reception, you may pick up your engraved retirement gift at the table by the door. We begin our recognition ceremony with Dr. Kim Cody, principal of East Newton Elementary School, to be followed by the other administrators in the order as listed in your program. Dr. Cody.
I have to go first every year, so I'm the guinea pig. I have, well, you know what, Dr. Matthews, is it okay if I just stand between them? Standing before you are two of the finest ladies I've ever had the opportunity to work with. We have Miss Elizabeth Williams, who is in our cafeteria to greet our kids every day with a smile and to just show them the love that they needed. And to my left is Miss Kathy Stewart, who is our PE coach. So all of the things that went into them were exercised out of them here. But I just want to thank them for the support that they've given to our students and our faculty and to me, and I wish them the very best. And I'm very jealous because I see many of my classmates sitting out here that are retiring. But anyway, thank you.
Good evening. I'm Lori Thomas, the principal of Flint Hill, one of Newton County's the newest elementary school. And here with me tonight, I have to my right Mrs. Gloria Lumpkin, who served as a custodian at our school, and previous to that, she served at Mainstay and Sharp for 21 years of service. And I can say she's only been so kind to our students, always greeting them with a smile, and always offering to help any teacher, student, administrator, anybody in the building, any help at any time. So though we didn't get to work together very long, she's been a perfect person to help us open our building this year. So we say thank you to Miss Lumpkin. She is in her retirement. She has already retired and is enjoying spending time with her daughter, who works at a law firm, and she goes and helps out a couple of days there. And she has a garden where she grows any vegetable you can imagine. And so if you need dinner, it's at her house. She also enjoys fishing and is planning on taking a 9-day cruise to the Caribbean and 2 family reunions this summer. So though she's retired, she's a very busy lady. And to my left is Mr. Leroy Drake. And Mr. Drake is having his second retirement. And I would like to say thank you not only to his service for the last 11 years as a teacher, but previous to that, he served in our armed forces for 28 years. So not only has he taught our children, but he has kept us safe as a nation. So he has served in many ways before his retirement. He, before becoming a teacher, tried his feet in the water to see how he would like education by being a paraprofessional for 2 years. And just thoroughly enjoyed working with the children, and went back to where he served 11 years in teaching 3rd and 4th grade. And again, being a first-year school, we have not had the privilege to work together for many years, but Mr. Drake is just fabulous with the students, and high expectations, and his students have done very well this year. So a very impressive teacher. And he is joined tonight by his wife, Miss Elaine Drake, and I believe they have plans to travel this summer and during retirement. And he says after a little break and some traveling that he's going to return to do some subbing. So we just can't keep this guy away from school, even though he has a formal retirement tonight. So thank you for both of you to your service from Newton County and to Flint Hill.
Hi, good evening. I'm Marquita Wilkins, the acting principal new for next year of her at Mixon Elementary School. And I would be remiss to not call Mr. Peck up here with me. He's been a part of Miss Minnie since he's been there. So Mr. Peck, will you come up with us? In 1 Corinthians 4:2, Paul writes, "Moreover, it is required in stewards that one be found faithful." This is Miss Minnie Darty. She has been a faithful employee of Newton County Schools for 23 years. And each of those 23 years has been at her at Mixon Elementary School. And I miss her already. My office doesn't look the same. I talked to some of the teachers, and Miss Minnie, I just want to share some of the things they've said that they wanted me to pass along to you. So the pre-K teacher said, "Miss Minnie always takes care of us. She makes sure our rooms and bathrooms are clean. She watches over the children's stuff, crayons, pencils, erasers, and things that fall out of their desk." And they say, most of all, Miss Minnie, they know that you love our kids and that they will miss you. The 4th grade teachers, Miss Minnie, you are a wonderful part of Hurt Mixon's family. You take pride in your job, and it shows in every place that you touch. Thank you for making our school shining bright. We are the superstars, so that's our little motto. I won't read them all, but I do just want to say everybody did have something special to say to you, Miss Minnie, and I will give this to you. And you've been such a faithful employee, and you've taken such good care of us. We want you to take this opportunity in your retirement to just kind of sit back and let the people who love you take care of you as faithfully as you've taken care of us.
Thank you.
Good evening. There's an adage that says, 100 years from now, it won't matter what kind of house I had, what kind of car I drove, but it matters that I made a difference in the life of a child. So I'd like to present to you two ladies who represent that adage very well, for they have made a difference in the lives of our children. I'd like to present to you Miss Melody Engel and Miss Jan Brown. On behalf of Newton County, our community, and our boys and girls, the Live Oak Lions, we'd like to wish you a very wonderful retirement. Rest, enjoy yourselves. No more field day. So celebrate. So congratulations. Today was our field day, so that's why they're smiling. So thank you so much for all you've done for us, and we appreciate you very much. Congratulations.
Good evening. I'm Sherry Thomas, the principal at Livingston Elementary, and I have with me Mrs. Rhonda Wiesner and Mr. Terry Barnes. They were both raised in Newton County. They raised their families in Newton County, and they have served our children of Newton County very well. Miss Wiesner has been at Livingston for 29 and a half years, and Mr. Barnes has been at Livingston for the last 12 years. We're most fortunate for both of them to be with us. They come to work every day. They come to work with a smile every day, and there's no doubt that they care about our kids and their education at Livingston Elementary. So we will miss both of them. Miss Wiesner's husband has already retired a couple of months before her, so she's got to catch up with him. And I'm sure Mr. Barnes is going to hit the golf course as soon as he can. But we do wish you the best, and we appreciate your service to our school. It won't be the same without you, but we appreciate you. Enjoy your retirement.
Thank you.
It is my pleasure and honor tonight to introduce you to Miss Lottie Gaither. There are many people who draw attention to themselves. I have been accused of that myself. Miss Lottie was one of those people who you missed in their absence because of things that didn't get done. As a custodian in Newton County for 15 years, she served Eastside, Sharp, and Mansfield. We appreciate her years of service. We appreciate the fact she married a Mansfield boy, and we hope she will enjoy her retirement. Miss Lottie, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good evening. I'd like to present to you Ms. Dorothy Wise, who is our retiree, actually from Fairview Theme School. She worked at Fairview for 16 years in our food service department the whole time. So thank you, Ms. Wise. Ms. Wise is, to me, she has what I call old school work ethics. She's dependable. You don't have to tell her but one time to do something. And you certainly don't have to go behind her and check to see what she's done, because definitely she has. Do you know what the ladies in the food service department said about you? Besides working very hard, they said she was the hummingbird in the kitchen. Have you ever seen a hummingbird fly and just flutter and just here and there? Well, this is Ms. Wise. She was the hummingbird. And they appreciate you, and I do too. And I hope you have a wonderful retirement. And she's already enjoying it. So thank you, Ms. Wise.
Well, good evening. I'm Brenda Gammons, principal at Oak Hill, and it's my privilege to introduce to you Mrs. Vicki Fleming and Mrs. Ethel Hall. Ms. Fleming has worked in a variety of ways in Newton County. She has served at Porterdale as a paraprofessional, in the classroom as a computer lab paraprofessional, and for the last 9 years at Oak Hill. In fact, Ms. Fleming did open Oak Hill. She really did. She serves as our school secretary, and she has the ability to multitask like no one else I've ever known, and she will be greatly missed. She can answer the phone, talk to a parent over the counter, while at the same time dealing with someone throwing up in the clinic. So talent like that will definitely be missed. Mrs. Hall has taught 5th grade at Oak Hill for the last 9 years. She has 33 years of service in education. Her kids love her. They go in and they're scared of her, just really scared. Well, you know she's really strict. You know she's going to make us behave and do all that work. And they come back year after year thanking her for what she has done. She too will be greatly missed by both the youngsters and our Oak Hill community. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Holly Johnston, the assistant principal of Porterdale Elementary. I want to start off by saying that our principal, Ms. Dodson, deeply regretted that she could not be here with us tonight.
We miss her.
We do miss her very much. But it's my honor to be here with these ladies, Ms. Ernestine Horton and Ms. Judy Parsons. Ms. Horton is one of our nutrition workers. She's had 10 years in service to Newton County. When we were at the school retirement reception the other day, we were joking that we think about half the people there were Miss Ernestine's sisters. She comes from a very large family, and she's told us that upon her retirement, she plans to enjoy her family and just spend her time. I love this answer. She said she was just going to thank the Lord for every day that she had, that He had blessed her with. Ms. Parsons has 25 years of service. She's been at Porterdale as a 4th grade teacher for 9 years. Is that right? 8 years. And Ms. Parsons is one of the teachers the kind of teacher you just hate to see retire, because even after 25 years of service, she still loves what she does. She's dedicated to the students and just inspiration. Thank you. Thank you for your service, and thank you, Ms. Ernestine. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Tequila Curd, principal at West Newton Elementary, and we have here Mrs. Carmilla Vassar. Ms. Vassar has spent 31 years in education, and I think that is absolutely fabulous. Ms. Vassar, I don't know if I'll last that long, but I am just so impressed by that. 27 of those years have been in Newton County and at Newton High School, and Ms. Vassar was only at West Newton for a short time. But during that time, one thing that I admired about Miss Vassar is that she was always one of the first individuals in the building every day. And you know how hard it is to get teachers to come to work on time. Somebody's always calling in. I overslept, something happened, but not Miss Vassar. She was always there on time. One of the last employees to leave, always had a smile on her face. She came into West Newton into a new special ed program that we had, and it was a very difficult population, difficult classroom, but she handled it with grace. She is so classy, and I tell Miss Vassar all the time, you always look good and smell good. How do you do that all day? So she is just awesome. So Miss Vassar, the special ed department has wanted me to let you know that they will really miss you. Miss Vassar comes with such a wealth of knowledge. She's been in special education for so long, and we really needed that knowledge at West Newton. And so we appreciate that, Miss Vassar. And we will miss you. So we want you to enjoy retirement. You know, just take time for yourself. Enjoy Mr. Vassar. I've had the opportunity to meet him. Enjoy that and your family. You know, it's so important to just appreciate and cherish every day. So we want you to do that with your family. Thank you. And so we love you.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Clements Middle School family, we have 3 individuals who are retiring this year, one of whom could not make it tonight, but I would still like to recognize these individuals. We have Mr. Randy Standridge, Ms. Carol Akins, as well as Nurse Barbara Brown, and together they make up 60-plus years. They have given tremendous amount of service and dedications to the students of Newton County, and we will truly miss them, and we do appreciate all that they have done. Thank you, and all of you retirees, if you would like to come back and sub, call Clements Middle School. Thank you.
Yes, we do still have some staff members left at the school. And 2 of them are not here, so, and let me introduce them, and then I got a number of things to say, so sit back and relax. I got a number of things to say. We are pleased, on behalf of Clements Middle School, I am pleased to present Miss Debbie Allen, Miss Cynthia Brown, Miss Becky Martin, Miss Cheryl Roddenberry, Miss Anita Turner. We've already heard that Miss Ward is not here, and Miss Sarenko is not here. And I got to tell you, when you get 1 or 2 that come in, I think you kind of expect this 1 or 2 is going to retire. 3 or 4, you're beginning to wonder. By the time you get to 7, I just said, I'll just write the letter myself. Some very special people here before you, and I think it goes without saying that we're going to miss each and every one of these individuals. And we've got a lot of shoes, some huge shoes and a lot of shoes to fill on behalf of these people. I wanted to make comments about each one individually, but we've got so many of those, so I chose rather to write a poem in tribute and in honor of them. It gives me great honor to speak to you on this day. To speak of these ladies, there is much I could say. Each one of these ladies is deserving of so much, but the time is short, I understand, and so I proceed as such. In this group are ladies who willingly gave it all, stayed up late, came early, made that extra call, touched the lives of young people in ways we can't explain, went that extra mile for children, and did so without complaint. 2 are not here, but between all of them, what you find is a grand total of many years of service, years that total 189. Many years of teaching, inspiring, listening, among others. Many of years of caring, loving, serving as mothers. We owe them much, and yet they would not agree, for they did what they did to make a difference, for you see, they are teachers, given very little and yet do a lot, to work with kids from all walks of life. To them it matters not. So this evening to these ladies, I say many thanks for sharing, but on behalf of many young lives, I say thanks for caring.
Good evening. This is a friend. She's a friend, Miss Kathy Lee. I'm Renee Mallard, and I'm at Indian Creek Middle School, and Kathy and I have worked together for 4 years, and she has given 27 years of service, 11 teaching, 7 counseling, 9 counseling with us. She's done it all. And she's counseled adults as well as thousands of children. Adults and thousands of children. And we don't realize how attached we are to these people until we're standing up here wishing them well in their next life. She's my friend, and I'm going to miss her. And I know the school is going to miss her. And I hope that she has a wonderful retirement. She is going to be traveling via Harley Davidson. She is going to be working on her pottery. I think that took care of a lot of her stress these past few years. And she will be sharing many, many pictures of her grandbabies because she is already doing that now. So I just want to congratulate her. The 9 years that she's been at Indian Creek, I don't think was enough. And I know that we will miss her. And I wish you well.
I'm Vic Lee. I'm principal at Liberty Middle School, and I think I'm the only principal with an IEP, and I left my Cliff Notes somewhere else. I'd like to introduce Miss Karen Labe, and I think what I say comes to mind is she has a heart of gold for children. Her and her husband came here in 1994 when he was the band director. She started off at Porterdale Elementary as a room mom, and she moved up to a physical education parapro. She became the get out the vote person at Porterdale during bond time, pushing Dr. Clamp to get an awning canopy for Porterdale Elementary. She said after he left, they put it up though. She went on to Fairview to be a reading teacher, and then she moved to Clements as a teacher. And
As a parapro.
As a parapro, excuse me.
Done.
And I left my notes. And she has ended up coming to Liberty Middle School 3 years ago to work with us to open up in Liberty. And she has been a Booster Club president, and she has served Newton County well for the last, officially 13 years as a teacher, but for the last 18 years as a parent and citizen and a teacher in Newton County. And on behalf of Liberty Middle School, I wish her well during her retirement.
Greetings, everyone. I'm Dr. Craig Lockhart, principal of Newton High School, and I've been observing this audience, a rather somber, solemn audience. I thought this was a celebration, people. Yeah, come on, give me something. All right. Very good. The three people who are here now, they represent strength, character, wisdom, and they have an uncanny ability to know not to sweat the small stuff. And I don't know if your schools are like mine, but there is plenty of small stuff to be sweated. I want to start over to my far right with Coach Alan Richardson. We don't call him Mr. Richardson, he's Coach Richardson. And he is a coach true and true. 30 years, science department. He is the glue that holds that department together and keeps a lot of us stable. He has taken care of so many of us. Why are you laughing, Roddenberry? Yeah, he keeps us stable. He keeps us calm when things go wrong. He's always providing the encouraging word. Most importantly, In the mornings, he brings me biscuits. So I always have breakfast. So when I'm running late, I know that he'll take care of me. So I appreciate you, Coach Richardson.
You too.
Next, we have Miss Serafina Sicarella, records clerk, 28 years of service. I really do not know what I'm going to do without this lady. She takes care of me. She's kept me out of transcript jail many times. There is such a thing as transcript jail, folks. She's there late in the evenings. If she wasn't here now, she'd probably still be at work, trying to make sure that everything's taken care of. They're probably going to take about 3 to 5 people to learn the work that she has done, which lets you know sometimes there are some people who leave who just simply can't be replaced. Most importantly, she has chocolate that we all go to. It's our stress box. We go to it every day. As you can tell, I like to eat, folks. And then we have Miss Gloria Follings, 31 years of service. She has taken care of our special education population for many years, 30 years at Newton. And just really, really happy to know her, always calm, always supportive. But one thing I love about her, I know that my special needs population, there was always an advocate for them, and they were always taken care of. So with that being said, we love you guys. We're going to miss you all, and I'm going to salute you the only way we know how. Go Rams!
Good evening. I'm Mike Barr, Director of Support Services for the school system. I've got several employees leaving us. I'm going to start with Mr. Clark tonight. He roasted me pretty good at our retirement party at the service center, so I'm going to return the favor tonight. No, Mr. Clark, I just want to mention a couple of things about him. I've worked with him for 14 years, in many instances side by side, and he's become a real friend to me. He is the only person that I ever interviewed, and they hired themselves after the interview. He didn't ask any questions. He just told me the date that he would be starting. He had to go to vacation in Virginia, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And he told me the date that he would be returning and starting work. So that gives you a little bit of insight about how it has been to work with Mr. Clark for 14 years. I enjoyed all of the years, exception the last few. He was a little cantankerous the last couple of years. Other than that, he did teach me the power of a positive attitude. I can say that. He never lost his temper with me. I think maybe just once. One time. Yeah, one time. And that's pretty good for me. It's been an honor to work with Mr. Clark and an experience I just won't ever forget. Everybody else here is in the transportation, or was in the transportation department, all bus monitors and bus drivers. Each and every day, the folks in the transportation department get a little more of my respect. I mean, it is a tremendous job. It requires such patience and understanding and dedication to the job. It can't be dismissed. The folks here tonight all have those qualities. Well, most of those folks have those qualities. I'm sorry, Miss Anderson, you just caught my eye when I looked down there. Miss Anderson had 23 years of service as a monitor for the school system.
Excuse me, bus driver and...
Bus driver and monitor. That's right. That's right. That's right. Like I say, most of these folks will be missed. Miss Maddie Gibbs, monitor with 20 years. We appreciate it. Mr. Bill Hardy, driver with 12 years. Who have I got next? Elaine Crawford, driver with 13 years. Ruby Kynes, school bus driver with 10 years. And Mr. Bobby Crane, who went to high school with my dad at Clarkston High School, 10 years. Bus driver.
Go. What were we with?
Angora.
Angora, yeah. It's a long time.
I wish you all the very best, and it's been great working with you. Thank you very much.
Well, Mike Barr is one of those who needs no introduction, only a conclusion. I have the privilege of introducing Miss Cynthia Marvel. Miss Marvel has, I was trying to get her to tell me how many years she's had working, and she can't figure it up. Neither can she figure out how many years she's been married. So I think we're somewhere in the 20-ish neighborhood. I came here about 3 years ago, and I've tried to think about how many people I knew in Newton County when I came here, and it's probably less than 10. But within the first month, Miss Marvel just grabbed me by the arm, put me in her vehicle, and every day in relation to meeting a business and industry person, I was in the community meeting someone that could make a difference in career technical and ag education. Her goal, I think, in her job, because she had an office at every school, was to one day end up with a window in her office. I tried to buy her a pane to hang in her office. That didn't work. So we recently opened the Career Academy, and I had one window office that would work for Miss Marvell. I let her have that office, and a couple of days later, she gave me a retirement letter. She sat in with me on some interviews last week, interviewing a secretary, and the last question I like to ask in my interview is, give me 5 adjectives to describe yourself. 3, most folks are still clicking okay, but that 5th one is really hard to get to. So I was sitting here reflecting a little bit. I came up with 5 adjectives to describe Miss Marvell. Number 1, she's very customer focused. She really wants this Career Academy to be a place where folks learn how to treat people like they do in the business world. Number 2, she's very loyal. She's been a right hand to me for the 3.5 years I've been here. She's dedicated, she's passionate, but more importantly, she's compassionate. She really cares about these kids that she works with. And my right hand is being chopped off today as she leads me. So thank you, Ms. Marvel, for your service. This is my 37th year in public education. 8 of those years I spent as an assistant and associate superintendent evaluating, supervising principals in 2 different states. For the last 20 as a school superintendent, I've spent doing the same. And I can tell you most earnestly that the one lady and gentleman behind me here tonight are as good as there is. And so let's start with a round of applause. I mean, Mr. G.W. Davis, Mansfield Elementary Principal. Here are the words, the descriptions, the descriptors that will stay with me until I die when I think of G.W. Davis. Administrator's administrator. Poised, passionate, personable, professional school is family. Dr. Ruth Ann Smith, Newton County Theme School. School is family. Big smile. I won't forget that. Poised, parent-friendly, most professional. Let's give her a round of applause. Dennis Roddenberry. This is what I'll think when I think of you, Dennis.
Oh, watch out.
Kid-centered, understanding, disciplined, community-oriented. Thank you for your service. Thank you. Vic, this is what I'll take to my grave in thinking of you. Introspective, data-driven, learn from each other, a learn from each other leader, a mentor for teachers. Thanks, Vic, for your service to our school system. Y'all may sit down now. Closing remarks tonight. First of all, I want to thank all of our principals for their words here this evening. It's not always easy to get up before a crowd, and for as many years as I've been doing it, sometimes I still have butterflies in my stomach. Soon, most of you whom we are honoring here tonight will leave your respective schools or offices for maybe the last time. Some of you have already begun your retirement. With you will go the accumulated memories of many years of service to the Newton County Schools. Times filled with work and laughter, memories of friendship, hardships and comfort, and hopefully memories filled with pleasure and pride. Those memories are inevitable and important to you. But what is important to us, your co-workers and friends, is that we have had the privilege of knowing you and working with you. Having earned your retirement, we are delighted that you will finally be getting time for yourself. At the same time, we realize that when you leave, there will occur a very real and significant loss to our public schools. You have been a part of what has made our school system the very solid educational institution that it is today. We will miss you, and we are most thankful of our time working with you. May God be with you, and may you enjoy many, many happy, healthy years of retirement. Let's give them a round of applause. Finally, the benediction tonight, that's my honor, so please bow your heads. Dear Lord, thank you for these retirees here this evening. Guide them in the years ahead. Give them joy that they've not known to date. Lord, help them always do as you would always have them do and no one else. And help each of us left behind in their retirement do the same. Take us home safely tonight and be with our families and friends in this great nation that is the United States. In your great name, amen. Good evening. Have a good one.